out my yacht for the Rizzler.
This is Adrielle Sigler. She is mostly known for being a TikTok influencer. Before she was a social media star, she was a teacher, which kind of worries me for the future of our children. Not worried in the sense of Pissy Meterson's RSO significant other Heartland, but more in the sense of she does nothing but create brain rot for kids to consume.
Am I your TikTok crush?
No ma'am, you look like fruit leather.
If the answer is yes, click the pink circle. I'm live. And if you have a crush on me, send me a galaxy. And anytime a guy sends me a galaxy, I'm going to look at his profile pic. And if he's my type, I'm going to twirl my hair like this. A distinct hair twirl.
It is my opinion by doing this that you are giving men gratification, whether it be sexual or otherwise, for money, which in the technical definition of the word, you might be a prostitute. Which, hey, no shade towards sex workers as it is one of the oldest professions in the world. I'm not going to be a patron of it. However, do your thing, get your bag, sis, be safe and pay taxes. And you could say, hey, this is a one-off. A lot of TikTokers do this before they go live. It's just something dumb. These are her most viewed videos that I can find.
If you think I'm hot and you date me, click the pink circle because I'm live and send me a cowgirl hat. If you know, you know.
Typically, it's pretty hard to find information on how much TikTok gifts cost in USD, as I'm sure they run their business much similar to a gacha game. And there are only two hats that I've been able to find information on. The cowboy hat, which I'm assuming is the mustache and hat, is about $1.63 USD. And you might be thinking, hey, that's not a lot of money to trade your morals and values for. However, it is if you don't actually have morals and values. And when she's not trying to elicit the gratification of men on her TikTok live, she is doing horrible sketches.
Excuse me, miss. You have a little something on your pants. In the back, behind you. You have a leak.
Oh my God, thank you so much for telling me.
She's leaking. She's soaking wet. She's leaking. She's soaking wet.
I don't know what to do. We have to go to the grocery store.
I have a really good idea. What if I get my hoodie and put it around your waist?
I don't want you to have to take off your hoodie. Wait a minute. What about this? I'll just do this.
What a creative genius, the brilliant mindset that this woman has on her. She is the future of our country. Look out, Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, the whole cast of Even Stevens. Adrielle Sigler is moving in.
God, I wish that we could just normalize period leaks. Why do we live in a world that shames women who get period leaks? Like, why can't we just own it? It's part of the human body.
From the perspective of a man that has been with the same woman for the last 16 years, I will say I have had my fair share of experience when it comes to the periods. And shockingly enough, I agree. There should be no shame when stuff like this happens, as it is a part of the natural human experience. However, one can make an argument that people like Adrielle Sigler doing weird shit like this online, drawing attention to something that is natural in a negative way, could potentially make those women get shamed. And fellas, I want to talk to you for a second. If your lady friend requests that you go to the store for tampons, just do it. I promise no one that's a real man or woman is going to look at you funny, and honestly, we've all been there. You should never be ashamed to love your partner. Unless you're dating Adrielle Sigler, then you should probably be ashamed.
Shame on you.
You're under arrest. Right now? Yeah, right now. Do you have any idea why you're under arrest? No. You have a 14-year-old daughter. Now do you know why you're being arrested? No. Last night, our station received a phone call from a casino. Now do you know why you're being arrested?
Legitimately, what in the actual fuck is this? Is this what the 900,000 people that follow her call content? Because if it is, I hope to God TikTok gets shut down tomorrow. Actually, I take that back because I need these weirdos to farm money off of. And speaking of farming, have you ever seen Adrielle Sigler and a Minecraft villager in the same room at the same time? I think not. I rest my case. Over there looking like goddamn fruit Leatherface.
No. Put your hands behind your back. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say or will say will be used against you in a court of law. Hey man, would you like to inform me what's going on with my daughter first? You know exactly what you did. You brought your daughter to a casino and you let her sit at the slot machines. You have to be 21 in the state of New York to gamble. Do not resist my arrest. Get in the car.
Officer, last night something horrible happened.
Yeah, and what's that?
I took a pregnancy test.
Is it a crime to be pregnant?
I'm only 14 years old, and last month...
Cut out the tears and get to the point. What about last month?
My mom has a boyfriend, and he's been coming into my room at night.
Ooh, that got dark quick. I had no idea her mom was Pissy Meterson. Allegedly. And don't even get me started on the conspiratorial rants that she goes on in the name of independent journalism.
Palestinians are just like you and me.
Let's hope to God that they're a lot more like me than they are you, because you are Drake, we are Kendrick, and you are not like us.
There are plenty of Palestinians on TikTok too. So I'm making this video and asking if you're from Palestine and this video makes it to your page, make a comment or stitch this video. It's like awkwardly quiet in this cafe, and I'm not trying to scream about the Israeli and Palestinian conflict right now. But if you do see this video and you're Palestinian, explain how life has been since 2007. What you want, what you do for a living, and how this Israeli conflict has impacted you, your friends, family, and loved ones.
13 cuts in a short little TikTok. Are you not able of, I don't know, maybe processing the words that you're saying? Maybe you think about things, and as you think about them, you say them, and you're able to, I don't know, maybe talk and elaborate on the details that are running through your mind. And if you truly feel that you can't have the conversation about Israel and Palestine, one of the most heated topics online, in the middle of a coffee shop, then you should probably not make the video. We don't need two Lilitinos out there. But let me guess, you really needed to get that minute-long video up on a controversial topic that people are going to watch because it's controversial, so you can get paid by the TikTok Creator Fund. But I will say good on you for not being out there shilling products.
Click the link to buy this Mane Tamer leave-in conditioning spray. It is vegan.
These are all the vegan hair care and beauty products I use in one day.
Every day I use these 3 vegan products pinned below. You can purchase them now on my TikTok shop.
Now, this is a question directly for you, Adrielle. Why would you expect your customers, I mean followers, to buy your shitty products when you don't even take the time to edit out your millennial pauses in the beginning of the videos? It's not hard, it does take time, but don't you want to deliver a good quality product to your customers, I mean followers? Now, if you are still here, we are getting around to the GoFundMe. I am saving that for the last, but if you've enjoyed this content, let me know, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, come be a member of the petting zoo.
This guy was just live and shouting out his top viewing list, all of his gifters. And he said, shout out to everyone, and he named off a few people. He said, I'm not going to give a shout out to anyone who's sent less than $1 because that would not be a good look for my platform. Don't be cheap.
Oh my God, the horror, the audacity, some would say the caucasity of creators on TikTok Live not respecting their fan base.
Got back, bruh.
If you're going to be on the team, you have to follow the rules. And if you don't follow the rules, I'm going to correct you. If that pisses you off, there's nothing I can do about it. That's how I enforce the rules. Move on.
This is a terrible way for a teacher to teach her customers, I mean students. However, I guess you could say she is no longer a teacher ever since that sweet, sweet TikTok money started coming in.
She used to be our teacher, bro. I know, she got fired. Yes, I used to be your teacher. And this is my letter of resignation. I made the decision to resign from my position. It was effective last May of 2022. I relocated from Pennsylvania to New York, and I was unable to commute. I commuted for months. It was wild. It was my only source of income at the time, and I needed that job. I was grateful and appreciative for the opportunities they provided me for professional and personal development. I resigned from teaching public school with 5 letters of recommendation from amazing coworkers who I shared a work relationship with for years. They were truly great people. When I decided to make the shift and switch careers, I no longer wish to work for public schools because that's not a job in demand. I was searching what will be in demand 10 years from now, and this right here is it. Being an influencer, being a creator, advertising, grow your social media.
In theory, if you are dedicated and show enough consistency in a niche that is considered an evergreen topic, then yes, you will have a future as an influencer. However, the PewDiePies, the Asmon Golds, the Moist Criticals are an exception to the rule, not the rule itself. And given enough controversy around a content creator, even the mighty Hassan Abi can fall.
I went from making barely $100 a day to almost $200 per day to almost $300 per day. to about $500 per day to almost $1,300 per day. So yes, hi, I used to be your teacher. I was underpaid, I was bullied, I was harassed, and I discovered my worth. I'm a survivor of domestic violence. I escaped, I moved out of state, I turned a new leaf, and because of my ambition and my strength, I'm now thriving.
Your ambition, your creativity, your strength. Ma'am, are you fucking delusional? Because the last time I checked, it was due to your supporters, customers. Half of your videos are you talking about shaking your gat on TikTok Live for your co-host or doing shitty lip syncs over fucking copyrighted music. Where is the inspiration, the creativity, the dedication? In my opinion, you don't deserve the platform you have. You are not the same level of creator as a Keegan Tyndall or a Chili the Peaky Pug. King Chili the Pug now, I believe, is his username. Go follow both of them because they're fucking hilarious. They are creators that are deserving of your support, not this person. On the topic of money and how much she actually makes a day, let's see if the statistics actually verify it.
So the site TickLeap will actually show a creator from TikTok's earnings from gifts during live streams and battles. So if you look on the left, it shows you the day of the month, then the month and the year, just to clarify. And on the right shows their earnings for that day. So as you can see here, Adrielle is making pretty darn good money just doing live streams and battles.
Now, I know we're on the topic of money, which is right around the corner from the GoFundMe, and I'm sure you've been gooning this whole time for the GoFundMe, but I do assure you we will get there. Speaking of gooning,
Click the pink circle because I'm a professional beggar. Ooh, I know exactly what I want and I know exactly how to beg for it professionally. If there's anything I'm a pro at, it's begging for something big.
And beg she did, and what she ended up receiving for that begging was drama, especially when it comes to her kids.
This is the most difficult part about being a mom. A little over 2 weeks ago on May 2nd, walking home from school, my son got jumped, robbed, and assaulted after a group of kids lured him into the woods under the impression that he was just gonna walk with them to go get McDonald's in the plaza. And since then, he was hospitalized. 7 of the more than 10 group of kids were charged with assault. We've been exposing this as much as possible. We're even moving now for safety reasons because we're not safe here.
First of all, as a father myself, I will say that I am completely disgusted when it comes to the thought of my child being treated this way as well. However, I do feel that you're trying to skirt accountability in this by not actually addressing the actions of yours that potentially led up to any of this. Point number 1, you go by your real name online. Yes, people know that my real name is James, but they don't know my last name. Sigler is not a very common last name, therefore it should be a lot easier to put 2 and 2 together. On top of that, you are constantly doxing yourself by taking public videos. Now, I don't know where this video is taken, but anyone that's been to this park, I'm sure does. Here is another public video, probably in that same park, and again, this is another reason that somebody could claim that she is doxing her own self. For Christ's sakes, there is doorbell footage of the neighbor's house of 2 people walking up to her front porch soliciting her from the church. And from what she said in the video, she felt that she was being harassed by being doxed, and I don't think that she would ever do that to anybody else.
How about I call you on the fucking phone right now? Test me with your first and last name. Let's see where you're from. You're really making me angry. People like you with your first and last name, give me just a minute. I'll give you a nice fucking phone call. Don't fuck with me. You're making me angry. There you are. There you are. There you are. Born in March of 1984. Your phone number's right? Is that right? Is that your phone number? Is that right? I think that's right. Public information. Don't fuck with me. How many kids are in your house? Where are they right now? Where are they at? Don't fuck with me and my kids, and don't bring them up on here ever again, you fucking bitch. Coming at me with your name. Fucking dumbass. Fuck you. I'm doing what the fucking cops said they would be doing.
So it's not okay when you're doxxed and harassed, but it's okay when you dox somebody to your 900,000 followers. Okay, Sniper Wolf. And this isn't the only time that she has doxed somebody online. Even though they are assholes that assaulted her son, she doxed a bunch of children. And while I do understand the parents of the children have to deal with the ramifications of what their children did, you are not Batman. You are not the Cape Crusader, the vigilante vanguard. Honestly, this is probably all your fault anyway. This is the GoFundMe titled Emergency Move for Safety, started by Adrielle Sigler. The description reads that our lives have become at risk living in Jamestown, New York, doxing herself again. We have to move as soon as possible. My son was brutally assaulted May 2nd, 2024. Please help us move as soon as possible. The Daily Dot wrote an article about Adrielle titled, "She spent $17,000 in 1 month, single mom under fire for keeping her GoFundMe live after how she spent the money revealed," which in my opinion isn't the best name for a title, as it's kind of long and obscure, but it's pretty descriptive. In the article they claim, Adrielle Sigler has quickly found herself to be one of the most hated people on TikTok. The single mom of 3 has been accused of duping her followers into sending her a bunch of cash through an online GoFundMe. She has been accused of using cash in frivolous ways, like spending $3,000 a month in groceries alone, not including DoorDash fees, and getting each of her kids new cell phones because they quote-unquote need them. Now, when you start to make money online, one thing that you will be suggested to do is start an LLC or an S-Corp. This way, any expenses that go into recording or equipment are written off on your taxes. And as I am not a business lawyer or a professional in this market, I don't have any information on this, so I don't want to actually make a statement. However, I will propose a question. Does anyone that work in this area know that if you misappropriate GoFundMe money, that it is an actual crime? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Because according to NeilDavisLaw.com, with so many people seeking so much money ostensibly for good causes via sites such as Fundly, Kickstarter, or GoFundMe, perhaps you've wondered if a person could go to jail for fundraising scam when funds are collected for a stated purpose but instead are used in other ways. And according to them, the answer is yes, you could be, because it's a crime. So here we are, the grand finale, the final wrap-up, the piece de la resistance. There is a change.org petition to cancel VeganRizz, aka Adrielle Sigler, which I am not necessarily for or opposed to, as I don't believe that anyone should be deplatformed. However, when I first started this video, there were 755 people signed to this petition, and by the time I refreshed the page and checked it at the end, 760 had signed up. Again, I am not arguing for the deplatforming of anyone. However, I do feel that you could make a strong case for somebody who might potentially be a criminal that doxes children. So with that being said, VeganRizz, aka Adrielle Sigler, welcome to the fucking petting zoo. Also, ladies, gentlemen, let me know, should I drop some merch? And if I should, let me know what you would want to see.